Welcome back to another video. We are in the Open Ultra League here today. We're going to be featuring Shadow Charizard with the Gliscor and the Virizion. Here we have a terrible lead, so we immediately switched into our Gliscor. We are immediately met with a wall rain, which is going to absolutely dominate this matchup here. At this point, all we're trying to do here is just trying to do chip damage and try to do as much damage as possible, so that we can potentially farm down with maybe either Virizion or Charizard. But two scenarios and we're just getting hard countered. We're just going to let this Icicle Spear go through. Now we have a decision to make. Are we going to go with Charizard or are we going to go with the Virizion? We're going with the Charizard. Mainly because we don't want to reveal our Virizion quite yet. We know that we can survive one Icicle Spear. Here's going to be another Icicle Spear that we are able to tank. We try to switch out right there to save that energy, but unfortunately it just wasn't in the cards right there. We did get farmed down, and now this wall rain is going to go crazy on us. So we have no choice but to just farm down. We're going to have to double shield here and just hope for the best. Maybe we can hard counter everything what they have in the back. Maybe they have Cobalion in the back. Maybe. At least we have energy to throw at this Ampharos. This Ampharos is gonna have to get to at least 2 more Volt Switches to be able to throw some kind of super effective or even neutral move. Here we get met with the Toxicroak, and this is GG's. We just had no play against this opponent. They had the perfect team against our team here, and we had a little bit of a misalignment. If we had the Charizard met with this Toxicroak, maybe it would have been completely different. So on to the next game here. That's how it goes sometimes. Every team is beatable. Let's see what we faced in the front here. Shadow Charizard versus the Galvantula. Another really bad matchup for us, but this time we are met with the Shadow Swampert. So Shadow Swampert is going to be able to throw super effective Hydro Cannons, but we do survive one, which is great, and that allows us to get to a potential Earthquake, but we go for the Night Slash right there. So our opponent ends up not shielding it. Now we go for the Night Slash again. We do get the boost, and we are able to get to another Night Slash. So this is definitely going to get a shield, or they're going to let it go. So job well done by the Gliscor. We got a shield. That's as good as we can ask for considering the matchup. At least now this Shadow Swampert is potentially in farm down range, but we actually decided to go with the Virizion because we don't want to shield anything, and this is a great opportunity to get some energy headed towards whatever is in the back, because we know they have a Galvantula, and so they end up revealing that they have Charizard here. So Charizard here, we're going to go for the Stone Edge. We get a shield from our opponent, their last shield, and now we're going to be able to try to take full advantage of this situation. Not only do they go for the Blast Burn and we show the correct Blast Burn, but now we know that we are in total control. We can throw our move right before they get to it, but they switch out. We go for the Blast Burn, boom, goes the Galvantula, and now we have a ton of energy to throw back towards this Charizard. This Charizard has no shields, so they have no recovery. So GG's to our opponent right there. Shadow Charizard coming in clutch with 2 shields at the end. They're in a really tough situation as soon as they revealed that they have Charizard and we had Stone Edge. So well played by us, and on to the next one. We here are going to switch out into the Gliscor. We don't want to use the Charizard against this Swampert. So we're going to do the same thing. We tank the first Hydro, and we're going to build up to a potential Earthquake. Our opponent does not shield, which is unfortunate for us. We decided to shield here because we feel like they will shield this next one probably. Let's see if they end up shielding this. No shield. Interesting enough, they decided not to shield and stay in. So that tells us maybe they don't want to see this Gliscor in the back. Our opponent ends up revealing that they have the Charizard in the bag. The core makes sense. We do get the attack buff So potentially this could be the shield. Okay, that's not bad. We get a shield from our opponent. We come in with our own Shadow Charizard. We're going to have to tank one Blast Burn. Luckily, we are able to survive the Blast Burn. And now it's just a race to the next charge move. Here, we have to hope that our opponent does not shield. Unfortunate for us, our opponent ends up shielding and they are able to farm us down. So not great for us. This team ended up being tough situation for our Gliscor. The Gliscor, in hindsight, maybe we should have gone for the Earthquake. But great job by my opponent for calling the bait right there. So on to the next one here, we have the Shadow Charizard versus the Registeel. This is generally a pretty good matchup for us. We have Virizion to farm it down if we somehow decide to let this go, or maybe we just get multiple debuffs here. We're going to show the first one because we want to draw out this matchup. They go for the Zap Cannon. We don't get the debuff, so that's really good for us. Here we're going to try to catch any moves. Both moves that Registeel has are going to be resisted, so we do get that lucky catch right there. And I don't think we got debuffed. I couldn't tell, but here we're going to have a opportunity to throw a bunch of nice slashes here. Let's see if this looks like a debuff. No, it doesn't look like a debuff, so we got lucky, and I think we survived 2 Zap Cannons without being debuffed. Either way, we weren't able to take out this Giratina with our Gliscor. So now we're gonna have to use the energy we have on our Charizard to throw. Oh, they actually switch out. Interesting switch out. Now we're gonna apply the pressure. We're going for Blast Burns. We used up all of Registeel's energy right there, and GG's to our opponent. I'm not exactly sure why they switched. Maybe they're trying to catch a potential Dragon Claw. That's the only reason why I think that they decided to switch out. But I'm assuming they also had something weak to Charizard in the back as well. Otherwise, not sure why you would switch out of that situation. So, a tough lead. We're going to switch into a Gliscor. We get swapped in against a Giratina. So this is a little bit more positive for us now that we didn't get some of our health taken out by the Greninja. This Giratina reveals that it has Ancient Power. Interesting. So because it has Ancient Power, we're assuming that it has Dragon Claw and Ancient Power at this point. So we're going to be throwing a ton of nice slashes here. As you can see, it barely doesn't take it out. Oh, it actually has Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak and Ancient Power. That's not a very common moveset, so I'm surprised by that. And our opponent ends up coming back in with their Greninja. Luckily for us, we are able to absolutely hard counter it, and that is GG's to our opponent right there. Unfortunate for them, we were able to just hard counter them in the back. So check out this team if you haven't already, and hope you enjoy the video.